An exam is in progress in the medical school. One of the professors places a black bag in front of each student and tells them, each one of these bags contains a part of the human body. To pass the last part of this exam, you must be able to name the body part that's in your bag. You can feel what's in the bag, but you cannot look inside, he adds with a smile. Students get busy touching their bags and turning them around, while trying to figure out what is inside. Then one of them raises their hand and says, I believe I have a heart in my bag. The professor opens his bag and there is a heart inside. Soon, the next student raises their hand and claims that there is a hand in his bag. He is correct too. The exam continues this way until there is only one female student left. She seems confused, and one of the professors asks her if she has figured out what is inside her black bag. She is hesitant at first, but then she takes a big breath and says, it's a sausage. The room erupts with laughter, while professors remind her that the bag contains a human body part and ask if she wants to give it another try. But she is adamant that it is a sausage. They accept her reply and have her open the bag, to only find a sausage inside. The room goes silent for a moment. And then suddenly, one professor turns to another and whispers, what did you say you put on a barbecue last night? Two girlfriends meet for a cup of coffee. One of them says, I am just so mad at my husband right now. Why is that? The other one asks. I asked him if I could have $100 for a visit to a beauty parlor, she says. Don't tell me he refused to give you the money, her girlfriend gasped in horror. Oh no. He did something much worse than that. He took this long look at me and said, $100 might not be enough. And pulled $300 from his wallet. A woman wakes up after an operation and asks to talk to her doctor. When the doctor arrives, she explains that she has an urgent question that she'd like to ask him in private. Intrigued, the doctor sends the nurse out and gestures to the woman to go ahead with her question. Blushing, she says, I know I have just had an operation, but I want to know, when it is safe to be sexually active again. The doctor seems confused for a moment, and then says to her, well, this is the first time someone asked me this question after a tonsils removal operation. A dentist comes out of his office and starts pacing the reception area, looking very worried and nervous. This continues on for about 10 minutes, until the receptionist decides to approach him. She puts a hand on his shoulder to stop him from pacing and asks, have you got a difficult case in there? You can't even imagine, he replies. This patient of mine is loaded with money, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with his teeth. Two old men meet at the park and start talking. One of them says, Bob, my wife needs sex every single day. But I am not that young anymore. I just cannot keep up with her demands. Bob puts his hand on his friend's shoulder and says, Jeffrey, many years ago I told you, do not marry this ugly woman. There would be no willing helpers. A doctor receives a frantic call from one of his patients. The man sounds very upset as he is pleading with the doctor. Please, hurry. I think my wife has appendicitis. Calm down, Mr. Jones, the doctor replies. I am sure things are not as bad as you think they are. You might not remember, but I removed your wife's appendicitis 3 years ago, he explains to the man. A person cannot get another appendicitis. You are absolutely correct, doctor, the man replies. But a person can get another wife. After I graduated from medical school, I became very afraid of doctors. Especially those who used to be my classmates.